During a recent appearance on the Midas Touch podcast, Anthony Scaramucci, who I'm sure everybody remembers, is remembered most for serving the shortest stint in the former Trump administration. And ever since his, 10, 11-day span as the comms director for the Trump White House, Scaramucci has, of course, become a very outspoken critic of Donald Trump and a Harris for president supporter. But during this podcast appearance by Scaramucci, he made a comment, kind of a little offhand joke, that I think really deserves a little more fleshing out. Because Scaramucci was talking about the fact that nobody in this country wants to see Donald Trump lose more than he does, except maybe, he pointed out, Donald Trump's own wife, Melania. So here's what he said. Nobody wants Harris to win more than me. Maybe Melania Trump, that could be the only person I could think of. And he then said it's because she is tired of all this nonsense. And he went as far as to say that Melania Trump hates her husband more than nearly anyone else on earth. So it's not just that Scaramucci wants Trump to lose and Harris to win more than anybody. It's that maybe Melania actually wants it more than him because she hates her husband so much. Now, I don't know if Scaramucci still has any contacts inside of Trump world. I don't know. I mean, I do think he kind of said this jokingly. I don't think he's saying it as a statement of fact, obviously. But I believe there is a lot of truth to it. And I think Scaramucci and pretty much everybody else on the left sees this clear as day. Melania Trump has been completely absent from her husband's reelection campaign. Now, not that she was ever super involved, but J.D. Vance's wife has gone out there and done interviews, trying to do a bit of damage control for her horrible husband. I mean, Kamala Harris's husband has been out there in the media doing things. So the spouses of people running for president are not invisible, except that Melania is. She tried to use the excuse a few months back, like, I got Barron's graduation coming up. And then, he graduated. You don't have to deal with that for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. I mean, graduation is a day. Granted, it's a big day for the people graduating. I get that. I went through it myself as well. But yeah, you don't have to spend weeks doing that and then months afterwards reflecting upon it, Melania. She is hiding. And I do think there is a lot of truth to the fact that she hates her husband. And we've seen it ever since Donald Trump came into the national political spotlight. She recoils when he touches her. She makes faces behind his back. I know we've all seen that video where she was smiling, laughing, and Trump turned around and gave her a mean look and her face got serious and she she doesn't like to be around him. I mean, there's also been reports saying that she has a separate bedroom at Mar-a-Lago, and she kind of stays hidden in a different wing of the golf resort so that she doesn't have to be around him. But here is why this actually matters, okay? This is not just about making fun of Trump because his wife doesn't like him. What have we seen from the Republican campaign, the Trump-Vance campaign, for weeks now? We got to preserve the family, right? Liberals are out there destroying the concept of a normal family, right? Man, woman, 2.5 kids, and a golden retriever. That is the only thing that is ideal in the Republican world. They also don't like cats. J.D. Vance has made very clear women who own cats are somehow weird to him. So it's got to be man, woman, 2.5 kids, and a dog. Probably, again, golden retriever, just that stereotypical white picket fence, middle-class family. That is the only thing that is normal to them. And they have made that abundantly clear. Okay, this is not some passing thing they mentioned once or twice. Trump, and mostly Vance, to be honest, have repeatedly attacked the left for what we have allegedly done to the American family, while completely ignoring the fact that Donald Trump has God knows how many kids from at least 3 different women. I mean, honestly, I don't know how many kids Trump has. There's Ivanka, Don Jr. and Eric. there's Tiffany, there's Barron, and are there others? I honestly don't know. I bet if you were to ask Donald himself, he may not know either. There could be some little Trumpers running around out there that we don't even know about. But the point is, this man has had anything but a traditional family throughout his life, and now he has a wife who can't stand to be in the same room with him. She doesn't want to campaign with him. She doesn't want to be seen with him. And at the same time, they have the audacity to tell us that we're destroying modern families, that we're the ones who are weird about things. Trump's married to a woman who hates him. I don't think it gets any weirder than that. And I don't think the motivations for the two of them staying married are a mystery to anybody watching this segment. We know why she's still there. We know why Trump still holds on to her. But again, they're out there telling us that there is nothing more important than the love of that family. Look at our family values. Look how great we are, and look how horrible the left is on family values. And to her credit, if Melania does actually genuinely hate Donald Trump, I know she's got valid reasons to hate him. He has cheated on her repeatedly. He has dragged her into these situations like becoming first lady that clearly she didn't want to be in. Of all the people that have served as first lady, she seemed to genuinely hate the job, hate the attention, didn't want to be there. But of course, she got dragged along because she refuses to leave this man because he's got a lot of money. And you may not be happy that I'm saying that, but let's be honest about what's happening here. You don't stay in a marriage with a guy that you visibly, clearly despise to the point where everybody can see it if it's not about the money. You don't like when he touches you. You don't like to openly, vocally support him. You're just hiding away, counting your days until we get to that criminal sentencing, probably hoping with your fingers crossed that he is going to go to prison so you don't have to put up with him. So I do think Scaramucci is onto something here, and I think it's something the media does need to pay attention to. If they're going to go out there, the Republicans, and talk about the American family and the sanctity of the American family, then we need to be putting a microscope on that relationship that Donald Trump has with his wife. Because that's not normal. Yes, it is very weird to borrow that term, but it's also unhealthy for both of them, and who knows? Maybe that's been a source of Donald Trump's overwhelming stress recently on top of everything else. Maybe he knows that, okay, well, my legal life isn't going well, my political life isn't going well, but at least I have my home life. No, you don't. In fact, maybe that's why he whines about all his other problems so much, because if he didn't have the, candidacy, if he was just stuck at home all day, he'd have to sit there looking at a woman who clearly despises him, and I think he'd rather be doing anything other than that. But to be fair, Melania would also prefer to have him doing anything other than being near her. So I'm sure she likes the campaign. She just doesn't want him to win. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.